Hey everyone, welcome back to Pitfall. BlakouttheMM here, again with Connor and Matt.
I'm Matt.
And we're exploring more of these wretched caves. Filled with annoying scorpions, and I have to have the torch up the whole time, and it's like...
These things don't die if you squish them, right? They just come back?
No, they do die if you hit them with... You have to hit them with an advanced technique to kill them.
Oh, I see.
So the smash strike does squish them flat.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go, more chin banging action.
You'd think he'd just move his head back.
I mean, his chin... He has such a strong jaw that it's impossible for him to move his
That's
chin
right. That's how he gets neck exercises.
Oh, I see.
That's
how he trains his iron jaws. He
I
just
mean, look
smacks
at
it.
this. When he climbs off ladders, he somehow, like, swings his whole body between the top rung and the, very top of the ladder. So he could avoid it if he wanted to.
I see.
You've got to show them your moves here.
Show your moves.
Yeah.
And look at them. They come scuttling in from the ceiling and everything. I actually think they're super creepy.
I mean, yeah, they're scorpions.
Oh, he puts it in his mouth. That's a neat
Yeah,
effect.
They think they thought of everything, man. They're just like, hey, he just takes a bite out of the torch and swings, and then right.
Oh,
damn! You were ready for this.
Yeah, I love the lack of fall damage. You can just swing off that rope and then come down and boom, just crush yourself some scorpions.
frag those bad boys.
Yeah, yeah.
And
yeah,
it makes a
unfortunately,
sound
this area,
too. I never noticed the sound before.
Oh
yeah, it's
shit!
just a full
Double
on,
kill.
Yeah, just a full on.
Monster kill.
Holy shit!
And I find it. This has to be like a little joke from them. The fact that he could obviously just grab that idol, but because there's a little box in the way, he's got to have TNT.
Damn! Blow that box up.
Because it's like, you see him like punching through like giant stone pillars, and then it's just like, hey, that box, I'm probably going to need to use some TNT. There's no way I could possibly just punch it out of the way like all these other boxes.
Nah.
That box has a little bit of metal on it, and as we all know, you can't destroy metal. Can't do it.
It's impossible.
Yeah, Punk Rock tried to kill the metal, but it failed.
Yeah, it failed. Yeah, you can't kill metal.
Yeah.
Not without some high explosives. That's why whenever they build anything out of metal, they always make sure they have explosives around in case they want to get rid of it later.
Right. Yeah.
Because they know there's no other way to get rid of metal.
Whenever they
I
demo
just
anything,
build everything out of bedrock so no one can get rid of the stuff I build.
Damn. Yeah, one time I ran a Minecraft server, and I killed every other person, and then I put bedrock over the entire server so everyone spawned on top. And they couldn't do anything.
Did you really do that?
No.
Oh.
But that is...
that sounds like something that you would do.
I did volunteer for, like, a spring break camp back in, like, 2013, and, like, all the young kids there had these Minecraft stories where they were all trying to one-up each other by, saying ridiculous stuff. And one kid did say he killed everyone else on the server and then built a bedrock roof over the entire thing so that everyone else spawned up on the roof.
Oh, man, that is the most 2013 thing I've ever heard. When I was like in 2013, and my little sister hung out with their friends, they would all play Hunger Games in real. They would play Minecraft Hunger Games in real life or something. They called it, and I was like,
what?
Yeah,
I
played
Slenderman. They'd also all play like Slenderman or something. It was like
how do you play a
schoolyard
Minecraft
game.
How do you play a
Well, no, man. I would play Hunger Games. I was playing Hunger Games this week. I went a whole week without eating because I couldn't afford food.
Yeah. Like, how do you play a Minecraft version of something in real life? You're not in Minecraft then.
Think back to when you were a kid. Like, wasn't there, like, when you were, like, a young kid, wasn't there a video game that you loved so much that you would, act it out in real life and pretend? That's all they're doing.
Yeah.
Well, if it isn't a little boy with a death wish. Like what I've done with the place?
Now, fool!
Yes, master.
Feel the caverns!
So, I don't know why they were approaching Pitfall area with such threatening expressions. That was kind of creepy and weird. But this boss fight is really annoying. because you gotta deal with these waves of henchmen who, as you can see, duck and dive all over the place, and then you have to go and punch St. Clair right in the face.
Oh,
Did he just blow himself up? Oh no, he didn't.
No, he's invincible. But yeah, that shaman is our late appearing villain, and he has gifted St. Clair with magical powers.
Because we didn't really have much of a villain up to this point, have we?
Well, we had this guy appeared early on. Remember when Nicole was up in the tree?
Yeah, but like he didn't really reappear then. So,
Yeah, he's
it's
sort
nice
of
to
shown
see
up to
him.
threaten us. But
yeah, he certainly
yeah,
didn't
now
have
he's like
supernatural powers back then.
yeah, he's got plenty of TNT though.
Yeah.
See that?
Dude, like I said, the punching in this game is so freaking satisfying.
Yeah, yeah.
Not. See, that's the other nice thing about having the analog thing is you can just swig some water while you run around.
Yeah, yeah. Pitfall Harry teaching us all you gotta stay hydrated when fighting your mortal nemesis.
He was a hydro homie before hydro homies were things.
Right, yeah, yeah.
I'm such an old man, I don't even know what that is.
Don't worry about it. It's not anything you need to concern yourself with, Grandpa.
That feel when you were drinking all night, but you're okay in the morning because it was water.
Yeah. See, look at that. See how quickly they can just pile up some TNT on you?
Yeah.
Jesus
I got hit like
Christ,
3
it's
times in a row.
ruthless.
Yeah, and they're just running all over the place.
Fuck! They ain't fucking around.
Yeah, I've got to drink some of that sweet, delicious healing water, though.
I need a swig of that.
And look at them, they jump all over the place. They're really hard to track down, but
Give me a sippy sip.
eventually I do it.
Yeah, I'm hoping this is a 3-hit kind of boss, because
He's got
you're
one
boned
hit,
if it's
yeah.
any more than that.
Oh, look,
Well, you see his little health bar down there.
This is the blue one.
Oh. Oh. I guess I forgot that.
Boom.
Oh.
Keep us out of here, idiot! No!
I love these stock sounds. Oh, dude, he was gonna fucking elbow drop
Elbow
him.
drop. Yeah.
Oh.
That boy was about to lay the fucking smack down. He's about to elbow drop him like
Yeah.
it was a WWE or some shit.
Can you smell
man.
what the pit is cooking?
The pit.
I don't know. Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
Dude, his name
Yeah,
is
so,
Pitfall Harry sounds like an actual wrestler name.
yeah, man.
I could
Yeah.
see him in WWE.
I would like to add Pitfall Harry to the latest WWE game.
Oh no, I don't think you'd want him in that one. That one's kind of bad.
Oh, I don't even know what the latest one is. I'm very out of touch with things.
I'll ask Skylar to recreate Pitfall Harry.
You know, I had an amazing feeling earlier today where I was watching Funhouse and an episode of Demo Disc, and they were playing one of the games that they found in there was an old isometric RPG called Arcanum. And I was like, this game looks familiar. And I was like, oh yeah, it's in my Steam library.
Whoa, those eyes of doom knock you all the way back if you even graze it.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
these are like those super threatening
Oh, look
spikes.
at that. Oh, shit.
Yeah, we got to get over here. This is a cool area. I like this area a lot.
I like that.
Yeah, this looks pretty sweet. I thought you'd have to, like, slingshot the eye or something.
I like how it's called the Eyes of Doom.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it changes.
This is a
Unfortunately,
neat
with,
little puzzle thing. I like this a lot.
Yeah, fortunately, with our handy jumping skills, we can skip over quite a bit of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can see there's a whole second level that we'll get up to and flip some levers up there too.
Oh.
And there's an idol that's hidden here too. It's funny how much some of these are hidden.
Oh, I just realized that that's a hole there.
Yeah.
I was wondering how I was shooting that out, and then I realized that there's like a little outline. That's a hole.
Yeah, and it targets you. Look at that.
Dang.
And then shut him down.
Yeah.
Owned. You got
That's it. I'm shutting you down.
You know, another game I thought about playing here was Dragon's Lair 3D Return to the Lair. Do you all remember that game?
Never seen it.
Nope.
3D action platformer, of course, based on Dragon's Lair. It has like cel-shaded graphics and everything. I don't think it's necessarily a bad game, but like it's sort of themed around the fact that Dirk the Daring is supposed to be kind of a bumbling, you know, goofus. Because the controls are intentionally really... It's almost like the NES game, but not nearly as bad. Where, like, the jumping and all is really awkward, and so, like, that's the challenge.
This is Dragon Slayer 3D. We made the controls wrong, as a joke.
Kind of. It's kind of exactly what they did. Just, like, the way you walk around and the way you jump and all is super awkward.
It's a social experience, man.
Yeah, it's a
I almost want to do it, but I'm like...
spent-
It's the opposite of this game, where this game is super tight, and that game is, like, intentionally a pain in the ass to control.
We spent 2 years making a video game bad on purpose, and this is what people had to say about it. It's bad.
Again, that's exactly what it is.
It's
I know, it got decent reviews, but like, it's super funny to play it after playing like Zelda, because it's like, wow, yeah, Link really is the super competent hero, and poor Dirk the Daring really isn't.
Yeah?
I don't know why I feel like talking about Dragon's Lair. Almost because I feel like it's kind of sad that didn't spark into more. You know, we didn't get more cool Laserdisc games. I wish we did.
All right, hang on. Moving my mic again.
I mean, like, how many games are, like, bad in any way on purpose or whatever, and then work? Like, oh, is this a major cutscene?
Oh no, it's a new temple. Remember where we switch with an animal? This time it's a scorpion.
Oh, right.
This is the easiest one. The penguin one is the last one. It's still the most annoying.
I mean, the only, like...
Okay, so now I'm a scorpion?
You
Yes,
sound so
you are.
disappointed.
You might be wondering how I got here.
Oh, man, I'm a scorpion?
Yeah. But no, there were, like, you know, Less Truly Unlikely was the classic example of a game where the controls are intentionally the challenge. Of course, nobody likes that game, but, you know. I'm like one of the few people who thinks that that's an interesting idea.
But how would you do
Making
it
the controls the challenge.
where it's actually fun, though?
Yeah.
The real
I don't know, acquired taste and all that, but like this, I think actually controls really well for just a minigame thing. Like you just walk right up the wall as a little scorpion.
Yeah, you were on the ceiling, like, when you started.
Now stinging Harry's like stumbling ass is really hard, but
Damn,
you see he's
that was
got his
some,
shield.
That was some Tom and Jerry kind of scream right there.
Yeah, just a big yelp. And he's trying to light all the torches so he can make his escape, but I can drop these rocks to put out the torches and to stun his ass so I can sting him.
Now, you can't jump off from the top at all, I'm guessing?
Nah, man. Nah, man, you just scuttle your scorpion way down.
You can't jump from the top rope.
Yeah.
Like-
well, you're not Pitfall. You're not Pitfall
Yeah, like
Harry.
Pitfall Harry can in the WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I walked into the freaking door there. But, like, this fixed camera works really well. Reminds me, I also consider playing Spider-Man, but I remember beating that as a kid, the one based on the first movie. And goddamn is that game a pain in the ass. It is so hard.
Yeah, this one actually seems a bit easier than the last one you did.
Yeah, this is the
Other
easiest
than
one
the
by
really
far.
slow
Yeah,
attack
because the monkey
animation.
one was on a time limit.
Yeah, wait until you see the penguin one. It is such a tremendous pain in the
Oh,
ass.
I'm excited now.
Yeah, yeah. It's not
I mean,
a
it's
real
the last
video
one,
game
so.
unless you're suffering.
Yeah, I remember I had the Prima strategy guide for this as a kid. I feel like people really, you know, you know, it's time to sound like an old man again, but kids these days don't remember buying this big-ass book on how to beat a game.
Oh, I collect a bunch of strategy guides, actually. Oh, okay,
I tried
well, that
to,
was
yeah.
easy. No cutscene
Like
for
my-
getting back in your body. You're just back now.
Yeah, I still feel super sad. Remember, Matt, when I met you, we went to the bookstore. I got that beautiful, fat Uru and Riven strategy guides, and they ended up getting ruined.
Oh, really? When the basement flooded?
Yeah, well, not even that. They were in the attic, and like something got on them. They got like covered with something sticky and gross, and it ruined them.
But
And it was super
yeah,
sad.
I collect strategy guides actually because I love them to death.
I love them too. But I don't miss the days where games were built around you needing them. Like, I like Summoner 2 as much as the next guy, but like a million side quests that you will never ever solve without that strategy guide.
Yeah.
And it was, and they knew you would have to.
So did they not do strategy guides like that anymore? I thought those were still a thing because I have like the Battlefield 3 strategy. Is Battlefield 3 that old now? I guess that game's 9 years old, isn't it?
Yeah,
Shit.
I mean,
that game is old, and plus, like, you know, everyone gets their advice online, and if they do still make them, it's only going to be for the big games. Back then, no matter, even the shittiest, most nothing games had a strategy guide.
I have my Modern Warfare 2 strategy guide, and I love reading the multiplayer section where it has like suggested strategies, and like none of those strategies for the multiplayer are like used. Like nobody ever used those because they found other ways to do it better.
Yeah, well, you know what sucks, right? The fact that a lot of times they would get to, in order to be able to write the strategy guide, they would get, the developers would give the writers, you know, information about the game before it was finished.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of times you'd end up with like stuff where they talk about something that didn't make it into the finished game.
Yeah.
That happened with the Animal Crossing strategy guide.
What are you doing up here?
I'm looking for wild orchids.
A wild orchid named Kevin McAllister? Bittenbinder told me everything. You're here looking for your deadbeat dad.
He was no deadbeat.
Oh yeah? Then where is he? Why'd he put himself in harm's way when his first responsibility was to his family?
You don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, my dad was a loser too.
Nothing you've said has made me feel better, Harry. I'm leaving.
Nikki!
That's what my dad called me. You don't know me well enough to call me that.
There's something I've got to tell you.
What?
What I said? I'm sorry. Listen, if he's alive, I'll find him.
I've been following his trail. I think there are more clues in that temple east of here, but I can't get in.
I'll do it. I don't know the meaning of the word can't.
Then you'll probably need this.
Hey, St. Clair's still prowling around. I had a run-in with him and his guide, Puska. I think that guy's some kind of shaman. You wouldn't believe what I saw him do.
Really?
Wait for me here.
I'm not stopping till I get in that temple. Think you can keep up with me? Any day now.
I think it was right around that time that Nicole started to fall for me. And who could blame her? It was pretty obvious when she gave me her prized pickaxes. I'd promised to help her find her father, so I headed off to explore the snowy mountains.
The mission gets personal.
The mission gets personal. And we get our pickaxes, which are awesome. They have an attack that you can use just with them. It's identical in function to the breakdance attack. It's just a little more awkward to use because, you know, the breakdance attack that you can purchase, you can use anytime. Here you have to get the pickaxes out, and look what you can do. You can spin.
Forever? Oh.
Yeah. Well, you'll get dizzy if you use them too much. But look, you just bounce all over the fucking place.
Yeah,
it's
you were
crazy.
getting some serious momentum there near the end.
Yeah, and the breakdance attack is way more controllable. You don't just
real quick.
go. You don't just go spinning and bouncing off like that. But look, you can actually see the temple in the distance, like she said.
Yeah.
And of course, in addition to our cool spinning attack, you know, we can use our full analog control to climb around.
Dang.
Now, my question is this: if Pitfall Harry is obviously Brendan Fraser, then who is Nicole? One like 2000s
Nicole
celebrity is
Kidman,
playing
of
her.
course.
Oh well, yeah, of course I should have known that.
I don't know who is the woman in the Mummy, or does it even need to be a 1-to-1 thing?
Yeah, well, that was Rachel Wise. So I don't see much in common here.
I don't know any.
I saw
don't know
that.
anything
I
you
saw
guys
that
are talking
idol.
about.
Do you need like the TNT to blow that up or something?
I think this one you can just use the slingshot. Like I said, it's... I don't know, maybe none of them require the TNT. I don't know. It always really confuses me because of the fact that some of them you can kick and some of them you can just, like, you know, have to hit with the slingshot. Sometimes you have to use TNT. It's like...
Ow.
Wow. Well, there you go.
Yeah. Had to hit the weak spot.
Right. Yeah. Something
I
about
pull off
with
a-
the chop. That's what you had to do.
Oh dang.
Hey, see, as I say, I pull off a cool technique there, rising strike onto the wall.
Yeah, you fell down intentionally so that you could show that off. You
Yeah,
never make a
totally.
mistake.
Yeah, everything you do in this game is necessary for optimal casual play.
Optimal casual play.
Yeah.
You'll have more fun playing the way I do than
Yeah.
you will any other way.
I bet the multiplayer deathmatch strats in the Prima Guide are out of date too. Or whatever. They're always like, use the slingshot for ranged combat. And it's like, fool, if you stand still, you're gonna die. You have to, like, dive everywhere and then use the pickaxe move for optimal DPS.
Yeah, the multiplayer, like...
What's
the
funny is that's absolutely true.
I was gonna say the multiplayer scene for this game, like, it sucks because it's just filled with tryhards now, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it used to have a good, thriving, competitive
Yeah.
multiplayer, but
I mean,
everyone
it's-
moved on to, like, other
Yeah,
games of this sort, so now just tryhards play this one. It sucks.
I mean, it sucked when MLG dropped Smash Melee, of course, but I mean they replaced it with Pitfall: The Lost Expedition, which,
Yeah.
in my mind, needs that attention. I'm bored of loading up, free for all death matches and winning by like 25 points in a 25 kill game. I don't let anyone else get any kills.
I like
See, I
like
wanted to
the
show me
way...
attacking that porcupine, and I just cut the rest of this backtracking through these godforsaken
I love the
caverns.
implication there is that, like, there's only 25 kills that are there total, so you have to get the most out of the whole 25 that are there.
I mean,
You see, they show you where to go next.
yeah.
I kind of
We
want to
have to go
see
to
that
that
in a game
teleport.
now. I like the idea of, instead of the first to reach 25 kills, there's only 25 kills that can be there. You know, like there's there's only
Yeah,
25
well, I mean
kills
that's
that are there.
I mean that's kind of how stocks work in Smash.
Yeah, and I guess like the kill confirmed kind of game types were sort of like that if you always picked up the dog tag.
Well, I mean, isn't there a perfect dark mode where there's like a certain where the game stops at a certain number of kills? I swear that there is.
I don't know, never played Perfect Dark.
Well, I mean that was your first mistake.
I
Dude,
played
the mouse and keyboard hack works for that too, and of course it, unlike the super laggy, because of how fucking like resource heavy it was, you can play it at locked 60 FPS in HD. So
Nice. 'Cause
with
I know
network
that,
play, you and I should play some online Perfect Dark multiplayer. It would be
yeah,
awesome.
I'll flip and frag you, bro.
I mean, well, you and maybe you and like maybe me and 10 other people versus you should play.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be
yeah.
a little more.
Yeah.
A little more.
It's like that, but they outnumber you 5-1, B-doof, than it is an even fight.
Yeah. Y'all don't know, and if you don't know, Matt is God at like way too many FPSs. Like we'll find some random FPS on Steam, some random
Like when we all played
unit-
Rats Instagib, and
Yeah.
I don't think I got a single kill the whole round.
We'll find some random.
Every time I spawned, Matt would just shoot me across the map without even trying.
Yeah. We'll find some random Unity engine like FPS on Steam, and Matt will just wreck us. It's
No.
Or what was that one, Congregate one, do you remember?
Yeah, there was essentially just a
Mercenary
Flash
Wars?
version of the Call of Duty called Contract Wars.
Contract Wars, yeah. It felt like
Unity-based game.
It played like Call of Duty
And Matt
4.
starts it up, and with the default weapons, because it is like mild pay to win, you can just straight up buy better weapons.
Yeah.
Matt just goes in with the default weapons and just owns an entire map.
Yeah, I was...
And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Speaking of, you gotta be fucking kidding me. These guys seem annoying.
Yeah, these are the most annoying enemies, these guys, because the only way you can kill them is to avoid the snowball, actually, and then punch them while their head is stuck in the snow. Like, if you get near them before they roll into that big invincible snowball, then they will start charging you with their, like, masks, and there's nothing that you can do to interrupt that attack.
dang.
They're just pains in the asses. Well, once you get TNT, you can just lob TNT all over the place and blast them to
So do you get
smithereens.
infinite TNT then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's nice. So like you get
fucking
like what
awesome.
the enemies have, then infinite TNT.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just start... And what's cool is you can hold back to aim, like with the slingshot, or you can just tap up to chuck it in front of you.
Oh, I like
So you
that.
could just run around and keep tapping up on the C-stick and just have TNT flying all over the place.
Very nice.
It's a very satisfying final weapon. I always like in games where they, make sure the final weapon isn't something lame,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's always been sort of my problem. Well, not really a problem, but that's something you'll see sometimes in the Zelda games. Sometimes the last thing you get is not, like, the coolest thing. It's just the most plot-necessary thing.
Yeah.
Like in Call of Duty, the last thing you unlock in the in multiplayer is never the best gun. It makes me sad.
Yeah, the last thing you unlock in Saints Row is the purple dildo.
That one was good, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean...
Look at this dude just fucking frozen. Well, I grabbed that right out of his pocket. He couldn't even get his hand out.
Damn.
Just like, yeah, give me the idol. I know you got it.
Optimal idol grabbing strategy.
For casual play.
For casual
Yeah,
play,
again.
yeah.
If you want to have, fun, you got to play the way I play.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do feel like that, though, when I, like, get good at a game and I read negative reviews. People are like, oh, this game is just impossible. It's no fun. It's basically all luck. And I'm always like, if you were, halfway decent at the game, you'd be having a lot of fun.
Yeah, the whole get good scrub, kind of thing.
I absolutely subscribe to that. If someone tells me get good, I tell them, you're right, I should get good. Because 9 times out of 10, your complaints are invalid because you just don't know what you're doing yet,
Yeah, that's why I don't think people... Like, I understand people who get frustrated with the game and then stop playing it, but I really feel like people shouldn't...
Yeah.
Really...
Like, not saying a game can never be bad, but, like, there's way too many games that I play that are, like, roguelikes, and, Matt, you play roguelikes, they have a high skill cap.
Yeah.
Like, almost universally. And it'll be people who try to play them for, like, 10 hours, and they're like, the game's pretty much all luck, and it's impossible, and it's just like...
Or...
They have, like, a top-rated Steam review from a bunch of other, like, salty idiots who can't play the game right, and it's like... I don't know what to tell you other than get good.
Or not even 10 hours, maybe just 10 minutes, because they're one of those YouTube channels that's like, hey guys, let's play a game for the first time and record the first 10 minutes of it. And then they suck, and then they're basically the takeaway is don't play this game because I'm not good at it.
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly what happened to Darkest Dungeon. Fantastic game, but you need to play that for a long time to actually get good at it.
Descenders, a roguelike kind of extreme sports game. I'm good at extreme sports. I fucking hated Descenders for the first 2 hours because...
Oh, sure.
Like, every single little obstacle, I didn't know what to deal with, and I would crash to it and lose lives to it. Yeah. But eventually, once I learned what to do, and I learned, kind of caution management, it became really, really fun.
I've almost got my golden run in there. Almost. I got to the very last part. Very last area, and then the random generation fucked me up.
Yeah, no, the Peaks boss jump is never going to be easy in a gold run.
See, what I think my new strategy for a gold run is actually to do the Peaks fire node, so that the Peaks boss jump will be a little bit easier.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's like I've been playing Into the Breach again recently, it's from the makers of FTL. Mm-hmm. And because I have a background, and again, there's just more idle getting here at the end. But look at these penguins, no match for me now.
Yeah.
To do that attack, you have to spin the C-stick, so I slipped a little bit there.
Oh.
Yeah. But no, I'm playing Into the Breach recently from the makers of FTL. And because I play, I've also played quite a bit of chess in my time. Mm-hmm. That game, everything is deterministic. It's an 8x8 board. It's, it has a lot in common with chess, actually, more than you'd think. Because there's no random elements, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like playing that and getting really good at that. Now, whenever I see salty comments or like people being like, I think this team sucks because they don't understand the more advanced concepts, I'm always just like,
I got this
stuck gritting my teeth. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah, Blake. Do people still get salty about FTL? You should totally do your run where you do really good at it.
Yeah, I'm going to play some Into the Breach and FTL for YouTube because, I actually, there was a server I was hanging out on the other day on Discord, and one guy brought up FTL, and he's just like, that game is all luck-based. That's my real problem with it. And I straight up told him, nope, you're wrong, and I had him watch me play. And then he told me later, he's like, I tried it, and I took some of your advice, and I got quite a bit further. I'm like, yeah. It's almost like the game is not just luck.
Yeah.
You gotta actually try to play it.
I remember.
Because that's the thing. If that's your mindset, then you're not even going to be trying to actually play good. You're setting yourself up to fail.
Yeah. I remember, when FTL came out, and a lot of the responses were like, "Yeah, oh man, if you get a bad start or bad generation, then it's impossible to win."
absolutely untrue. I've won with very suboptimal setups. I've seen way too many people be like, it can't really be called a good game if you need a perfect setup to win. I'm like, you don't need a perfect setup. You just need to not be shit at the game.
Yeah.
Now,
like any game.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, the thing with FTL specifically, though, is just that and I will grant people this, a lot of games will, like, hold your hand in the sense that they will tell you what you need to be doing to do well. In FTL, you not only have to master the techniques, you have to discover them in the first place. Like, it's essentially a min-maxer's dream, where everything that you need to do well involves careful resource management and, again, just min-maxing during a fight and the way you shift energy around the ship and such. And that it's not like the game tells you that, it lets you discover it. I think that's very rewarding, but to someone who's expecting the game to tell them, here's the advanced techniques, now just do them well, having to actually discover the techniques is a step they're not prepared for, so they never figure that out.
What's wrong? Nothing's wrong. I was just wondering if you needed some help. So, what's your story? You fall into pits a lot, or is that just a family name? You don't want to know about my family. Oh, it couldn't be that bad. My old man loved adventuring more than us. One day, he just split. A professor at the local natural history museum, Dr. Crane, taught me everything I know. Me? I learned by keen observation, coupled with animal instinct. But you're lucky you had a teacher. Yeah, well, Dr. Crane and I don't speak anymore. He was angry when I dropped out of school to become an explorer. You let him down. That word down depresses me. I'm out of here. Gonna go look for some up.
Dude, I love that expression. I used to say that all the time as a kid. You know, I'm feeling down, I'm gonna go look for some up.
Dang.
Fucking love that.
Yeah. But guys, like, I've been wondering, like, what is up, Doc?
I know, right?
Yeah, like, I don't know. I ask and then people laugh at me, but, like, that doesn't answer it.
Not much. How about you?
Yeah. It's one of those big questions,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, what was the joke you said you were going to tell after the cutscene?
Oh yeah, I told a hilarious joke during that cutscene that I usually mute out all of our funny jokes. I said, Harry's dad was like, I'm going to go to the local temple and get some idols, son. I'll be right back. And he never did.
Yeah, dang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see my comedy tour dates are in the description.
Yeah, yeah. My father devoted too much of his life to exploring and not enough to his family, which is why I became a famous explorer.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's funny. There was another character in here. I forget who it was who had like a name that was straight out of something else, and then like Dr. Breen is his like mentor. I can't tell if it's intentional or not.
Yeah.
But oh well.
But yeah.
We'll explore more of our, the Winterland.
Uh-huh.
Next episode, some cool puzzles to solve and such, and eventually get up to that penguin temple that I dread. I guess I don't have to dread it anymore.
Yeah, you'll get to Club Penguin eventually.
Yeah.
I wish.